smoky beat, let's go.
Okay, so for me, an animator is the type of artist who puts motion into still images, still illustrated images. Yes, and an illustrator is someone who actually sketches, like sketches. Yeah, so that's the difference. There's motion with regard to animation, and then with illustration, they are still images. I think in 2014, when my boss one day walked up to me and was like, I should animate his logo for him. He knew I wasn't into animation, he just wanted to challenge me. So he gave me 3 months to animate his logo. And I also love the challenge. I'm a very daring person. So I was like, okay, fine. So I went on YouTube, watched a couple of videos here and there, and the next morning I had his logo animated. So I had this controversial character in my head as far back as junior high school. And I was like, if I can animate this logo, then why don't I just put life to this character in my head? Yes, so I did it, I put it out there, people loved it, and I was like, I think I'd like to do this. Okay, so first of all, I'll start with regard to the name, Nazir. It belonged to a close friend of mine from senior high school, who is no more. Yes, I just love the name, Nazir. It was so unique, it's not like a cliche Kofi and Kwame. Yeah, so I told him that one day when I create a character, I'll name the character after him. Yes. For Tales of Nazir, I think that is like my alter ego, or that is me. I lay comic exaggerations to anything at all. I was a class clown in school, like in class when the teacher comes and talks and probably makes a grammar error. I'm the one who would, like, lay more light on that, and then they will all laugh at him. Well, there's a lot of anxiety, the rush in you. You can't wait to finish. Will people like it? And and sometimes I think so much about a small scene. I'll just think so much about it, like the detail in it. And sometimes it gets so tiring. Like sometimes I can imagine, okay, so I want Nazir to walk from, let's say, room 1 to room 2. He can just walk from room 1 to room 2, but I want to add some swag. Okay, let me add the swag. After the swag, I'm like, his costume, how is it like? Let me add something to it. Is it too much? So I just go through the entire thinking process throughout, and it's so exhausting. It's so exhausting. It drains me emotionally, so because at the end, you put it out there, and what if you get some negative remark? I'm like, I went through all this, and you say, yeah, but I mean, it's all good. It's all part of it. Okay, so the concept, the Kofi Kinata concept was not planned. Kofi and I had to do, like, we wanted to do a skit. Yes, we had an idea, but he came over here, and the entire plan changed, and we decided to let Nazir go and visit him in Takrade. So we just created everything here, and it wasn't something that was scripted. We just created everything here, like, on the go. Yes, and we wanted to showcase the culture of Ghana with regard to, like, the Western culture, like the fancy culture. Yes, so yeah. Okay, so I'd gotten a hint that Anas was a fan of my work. So I was like, why don't I just tease the public with his premiere he was about to put out, the number 12? Number 12. Yeah, number 12. So after drawing him and everything, I was like, okay, he's about to put out something. Let me just pour more comic exaggeration to it. Kofi Kinata came. I was like, whoa, this is like pouring petrol on fire, because these are two people who actually love, in this country. So why don't I just take advantage of that? Yes, and I did it. Initially, I thought it would be a flop because most of Kofi's part, most of it was in Fanti, and I thought people wouldn't relate to it. But then again, I was surprised with the turnout. It's my first episode of Nazir, where Nazir calls God to report the bad governance, we had, at that time. It was just for fun. I just did it, and for me, I wasn't really about followers or like the number of views or who's going to see it. I really didn't care about that. It's just fun for me. I had my small fan base who still appreciate what I do, so I do it for them. So I did it for them, and the next morning I woke up and it was everywhere. Yeah, rolling spark and. I watch a lot of movies, and like I love Harry Potter, and of course, like the sequel is over, but I still watch Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. It motivates me a lot. When we talk of the VFX, storyline, everything. So I put myself in that zone when I'm about to create, and sometimes I look at my past works to see what people liked about it, and if I can improve on that. Yes. So that's how I create my stuff. When I look at my past work, I'm like, really? People really like this animation, like this art. Look at the storyline. So that's me trying to improve on whatever I'm doing. That's me trying to improve. There's nothing like the perfect production for me. Yeah, there's nothing like a finished product for me. There's nothing like that. I always have to add something. Okay. Yeah. That's the thing. I never know it's good. I actually get tired. I'm tired. Let me just put it out there. I actually don't say, okay, this is good. Let me put it out there. I'm actually like, I'm tired. Let me put it out there. Because if I say I want to add things, I'll probably be adding things to the extent that the day of judgment, I'll still be adding things, and I'll never put it out there. I need to put it out there. So it's never like a complete or perfect production for me. I'm a perfectionist, so sometimes it affects my work. Yes, and this is the first time I'm even saying this, but sometimes I don't even like the outcome of my work 100%. Yes, but I need to put it out there. So yeah. Let's go. There was this time I think I was going to Appiah, like somewhere, and I got into a truck show, and I was sitting right. I didn't even know that was his plan. I was sitting right behind someone, a very fine gentleman, and in the middle of the journey, this guy actually gets up, and he's holding the Bible and starts preaching. Now I don't have anything against the word of God or anything, but he was literally spitting on me. He was spitting on me. I get it, it's the word of God, but come on. So I was like, wow, I would like to put this into animation. I actually got to Appiah, this man's spit all over me. I was like, well, this is interesting. Let me just put it into an animation. I've had several instances where I'm on a bus. There's this time I was on a bus and this guy was selling drugs. Some drugs. In Ghana, most of the drugs, they cure almost everything. So he was selling the drugs, and people were actually less interested in whatever he was talking about. So he just kept talking about the drugs. We got to a point he was like, nah, Mpachokawe, coin. Then the mate said, down someone. He said, oh, and I'm one country, and I said, down someone there for them on idea. If he knew it was down someone, he wouldn't have wasted his time. So I'm like, that is actually a very nice experience. So sometimes I like to create the characters to look like the characters, like the people I actually encountered at that time. Yes, and most of it I create my own characters who look nothing like the real characters. With my personal productions, like I said, I'm always not entirely happy with them. I'm always like, I can still add something. So I'm always not satisfied with them. That is different from the commission jobs I get from other clients. They have their own concepts, they have their own script and all that. So sometimes when I do it, I don't even want to put my name because it's not funny, it's boring and all that. So for those ones, I'm not even happy about them at all. So I don't even talk about them. But my personal products, I always feel there's something more that can be done. So from a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give, from my perspective, how I would judge my work, I'll give it like a 3. It's exciting. It's really exciting when you create something for graphics. I actually create an effect that looks really like when it looks real. I'm so excited about it. I'm like, how did I think of this? When it's animation, the moment you after drawing about 70 to 80 drawings, that will probably last for like 5 seconds, and you put motion into them and they're actually moving. Like the slightest movement, you're like, oh, it's actually moving. It's coming to life. The fulfillment in it, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so for example, if you have a company that I'm just giving it like just top of my head. The name of the company is Shut Up Production. If you tell me something like Shut Up Production, which I just really created right now, the first idea that comes to mind is an illustration of a pistol, and I've probably stretched the mouth and tilted it up. So I have a pistol with the mouth stretched and tilted up with an arrow at the top, and I Shut Up Production there because it has something to do with the name, you know. And sometimes so it also has something to do with your goals and objectives and what actually inspires like the theme or concept of your business. Yes, so that's how I develop my ideas. Yes, there's this place, there's a small town, it's in Russia. It's called Nizhny Novgorod. It's a very small old town. You feel the vintage, European life there. I've been there. I like going there. Anytime I go there, I feel at peace. I feel like wow, like I feel at peace. But like I said, that is an expensive hobby, so I've halted on that. But I love riding. I love riding. I love riding like my bicycle. I can go go long miles, and like the breeze, like the wind blowing against me while I move alone makes me feel at peace. It makes me, wow, there's a lot more in this world I need to experience. That's how I feel good about myself, and it relaxes me. Yeah. After creating whatever I'm creating, putting it out there, my fans absorbing it, it gives me that fulfillment, and it makes me feel like I'm in a different place. It makes me feel good. Okay, so with the steps we have, how do you call it? We should have the concept down. Concept down, then we should have the script, which consists of the dialogue and everything. Then we have the storyboard, which is based on the script. Then with the storyboard, which is of course demarcated into scenes, we pick one scene, then we animate the scenes. And like I said before, in animation you need to sketch, you need to outline or ink, then you need to color, then put motion to it. Then we go into background art. Because all this, every scene has like the background. So the background of the everything has a background. So you need to also create the background style for everything. So yes, that's the process you need to do. Yes, I felt like quitting so many times. Because sometimes I can be there and I'm like, why am I not making money? Why am I can't afford certain things now? I've been doing this for years, and why is it so? But what I do is that I go back to my old videos and I read the comments from my fans or people who actually watched at that time, like the way they appreciate it, the way they want more. It gives me the fulfillment. I'm like, wow, I can actually touch people that way, put a smile on their faces. That should keep me going. And if I don't do that, that is me being selfish. the hard work that goes into it, it becomes sometimes emotionally draining, and it becomes a little bit depressing. Because you go through the creative process. First of all, short process of animation, you need to sketch. After sketching, you need to ink, let the ink like put an outlines into them. After inking, you need to do your first base color. After first base color, if you want to, you do your shade. After shading, then you take it to the animating software that puts motion into it. So you see, it's a lot of like steps to go through. So you put it out there, and sometimes you are expecting, and that's another thing that just came to my mind. People, more creatives, put it out there, and then the public absorbs it in a positive way. They get excited, but another thing is that they get swollen-headed. They get into their head. So now the next time they are putting out a production, they are more focused on the views and then the numbers. So if they don't get the numbers and views as compared to before, they tend to get depressed. I would say, of course, I won't say the cliche about don't give up, push harder. We've heard those things several times. What I can actually say is they should try and be original, and no matter whatever you're doing, you might not believe it, but someone is watching. Someone who actually matters is watching. That's what I believe, and I know that for sure. So you should be original. You shouldn't try and become the next Nazir or next Appiah. You should be original, and then evaluate your work and know that, are you just putting work out there just for content's sake, or you're actually putting work out there, content that people would actually love and appreciate and can play over and over, and for so many years to come. That is the sort of content you should put out there. You shouldn't put it in your mind that, oh, it's my first production, so let me just do it anyhow and put it out there. Do your first production like you are A-list, or like you were a pioneer in your business and you're doing it. Even though you can't do it to that extent, but put in your best and put it out there as your first production. And trust me, people are watching. And the funny thing is that what I can tell people is that the people who are watching won't approach you now. They are actually waiting to see. They're giving you like a couple of years to see if you fall. If you fall, then that's it. They were right. But after if those years elapse and then you are still relevant and still going hard at what you're doing, and you are even better than before, they will approach you.